Alright, I have no idea how this video is gonna go, but what is going on? My name is Jacob. It's super late right now. It's about, well, not super late, but super tired right now. It's nighttime, just, got from working out outside. Anyways, I'm gonna show you how to gain 1 to 2 pounds of muscle in a week as a skinny guy. As a weak skinny guy, actually. So if you're not skinny, go ahead and click off this video. Like, this video isn't for you. This is strictly for my skinny guys because this is how I relate to them the most. So of course I've helped tons of people. If you know me, you know me. If you don't, I'm about to get into that in a second. So, but basically, I'm gonna help the skinny guys in this video how to gain 1 to 2 pounds of muscle in a week. You could change your life very quick. If I wish I knew this sooner. I wish everything that I'm teaching y'all, I wish I knew back then. So anyways, before I talk like crazy, I'm just gonna go ahead and get into it. So I used to be 90 pounds, 90 to 100 pounds. This was me back then. I had some bad habits. I smoked a lot, I vaped, and I was 90 pounds. Oh my goodness, it was awful. It was an awful time. So I realized I needed to change when, some crazy stuff happened with friends and stuff. I just had to get away from it, Then I went ahead and, gained some weight. I got on my fitness journey. I got into the gym. I gained some weight. But the problem was I was still I was doing good for a little bit, and then I relapsed. And when I relapsed, it cost me a lot. So that's when I got into like jujitsu, and I had to rebuild myself from the ground up. Oh my gosh. But I made a lot of progress. I kept going in the gym, and back then I wanted to become a personal trainer, but stuff happened. Life, you get setback. It had to start all over. So then I grinded to become a personal trainer at Crunch. When previously, back then, I wanted to kind of become a personal trainer, but I wasn't really there yet. But I believe it was like 2 years later I got there. So, but I got fired from Crunch, and I had, had to take a step back. I was doing pretty good. I was on a good route, but something was missing. So I had to take a step back from that, find, myself again, basically. And this is kind of where I'm at right now in my journey. I'm a blue belt in jiu-jitsu. I'm in pretty good shape. I'm 135 pounds. I'm confident in my body. I feel good. I have muscle. I'm stronger than I was before. I look better, all of that. So brief explanation of kind of who I am and what I've been through. You know what I'm saying? So it is a long journey. I still have a long ways to go, but I'm crazy far ahead of the person I used to be. Anyways, so enough about me. If you're watching this, I know exactly how you feel, So you feel skinny, you feel small, you feel weak, and you don't like the body that you're in. Your body, you just don't like it. You don't have an environment that improves you. You're probably hanging around like bad friends, bad people that you don't really like, work a job that you don't really like, stuff like that, right? And you have habits that need changed, right? So you got some bad habits, you need to change, but you're not really taking that step, And you feel unmanly. I felt like this, and every other, skinny guy, they always feel like they're not like a man whenever they're like super skinny. So if you feel like that, I feel you. I used to feel like that too, and you're tired of not living the life, you're tired of feeling like you're not living life to your full potential. So that used to be me. I knew I was destined for like so much more, but I never took action. Well, I did take action, but I wish I took more action, if you know what I'm saying. So I'm not going to edit this. I'm trying to make this as real as possible. So if I mess up, whoops. But I'm just going to try and get this across as easy as possible. So why should you listen to me, though? Why should you listen to me? So over the last few years, I've helped dozens of guys just like you transform their bodies, change their habits, and become better versions of themselves effortlessly, right? So here's just 3 of my clients, 3 of many clients that I've ever had. Jaden, He gained 10 pounds in about 2 months. It was like 2.5 months, and since he got into the gym and he like gained 10 pounds, and he's getting more aesthetic by the day. Victor, he lost 15 pounds in 3 months. He kind of finally took that step in the gym and worked pretty good. Of course, he has a lot of work to do. His story is not over yet either. None of these people's story is over yet. They're still improving. But Victor lost 15 pounds in 3 months. And my client Braden, he actually gained 10 pounds in 6 weeks. So that was Braden is awesome. So, and he's been grinding like crazy. That's what happens when you stay consistent. You do see results. So why should you listen to me? Because I've guided these people every step of the way almost. I push these people further, and yeah, stuff like that. But you get the point. As long as you take action, you get results. So now we're going to get into exactly what you can do. Okay, I'm going to give you all the details so you could just go out and do it by yourself. You don't have to like really pay for anything. I'm going to show you how to do it for free. Okay, so step number 1, calorie surplus. You need to eat 3,000 to 4,000 calories a day depending on your maintenance calorie and your body. So go on Google, look up a total daily energy expenditure calculator, TDEE calculator on Google, to find exactly how many calories you need to be eating per day. And then you can see your surplus, right? And I want you to DM me meal plan on Instagram for a bulking up meal plan. I'll give you one for free. Or I'll put a link in the description to this video. So either or, you could get a meal plan for free, or you could go to ChatGPT. Like, you can make one on ChatGPT as soon as you find your calories. Like, you can do that and ask it to make you like a grocery list and everything. Like, you could use ChatGPT if you don't want to pay for it. Paying for it, yeah, you could find some pretty good ones, but that's how you get it for free, and I recommend you do that as well. So step number 2. Well, 2, kind of 3 as well, I guess, if you want to like count these as the same habit or same step. But workout plan and habit change, right? So you gotta get into the habit of working out. That's it, right? And all these habits, they're pretty optional, but I did a lot of this stuff when I was grinding, when I was trying to improve myself and level up. I read a lot, I meditated, I journaled, I went on walks regularly, cold showers. I just tried to live a healthy lifestyle altogether instead of just working out. But here's the workout plan. This is the very first workout plan that I really ever used, right? And it helped me build like an aesthetic physique. So of course, this is super, super basic, super foundational. You want to add progressive overload, maybe add, change some exercises up, increase the weight, increase the reps, whatever you have to do, right, to progress. But this is kind of the base foundation. If you're like very, very new or haven't been into the gym yet, this is pretty good. Now, as a skinny guy, you don't really want to have too much cardio. So that's why like runs or walks, 30 minutes, just to stay moving. Of course, you want to make sure your water's on point. You want to make sure you don't really have to take cold showers, but you want to stay healthy. You want to live a healthy lifestyle. So that really depends on what your goals are, what your situation is. But this is very, very basic, very foundational. So, and step 3, which is optional, you can hire accountability, right? So I've laid out the foundation. So now it's just time for you to take action. I've given you everything you need for free. That's it. If you follow the meal plan, follow the workout plan, and show up week in and week out, you will see results. But if you need that little extra help, I showed you exactly what I did to change not only my own life, but my clients' lives as well. So I'll show you step by step exactly how to execute this strategy, build 1 to 2 pounds of muscle a week, and guide you towards your goals. Except I took everything I've learned and I put it in a way to fast track you towards your goals. So just going off of what this is saying, but how does it work? Well, it's a fully customized workout plan tailored to your body, your gym access, and your schedule. So if you're at home, whatever equipment you have, if you don't have access to a gym, it gets super customized, right? You also get a specific nutritional guidance, so you never have to wonder what or how much or when to eat or anything like that, right? You get specific guidance based off of your situation. And you also get weekly check-ins with me. So that's going to look like progress updates. That's going to look like calls if we need to. That's going to look like videos. So stuff like that to, help you stay on track and never fall off. You're always getting actionable advice. And I have a community of people that are also working towards their goals. All my other clients, that are working towards becoming better versions of themselves. So, I know what you're thinking. I've tried programs before. I've heard they're scams, all these online coaches, blah, blah, blah. What makes this one different? Simple. Let's go ahead and look at my client, Braden, right? So he came to me at 140 pounds, and he's now 150 pounds after only 6 weeks in the program, of 6 weeks of taking action and, working towards his goals. So I'm going crazy. It's late. I'm tired, whatever, right? So what he did to hit his calories and workouts consistently every single day, he stayed on track. He didn't fall off. He didn't get upset when it take a while. He understood that it took some time and it took some energy and some effort. So that's proof right there. He took action. He gets the results. Same with all my other clients, right? So if you're tired of feeling skinny and unconfident, feeling insecure about your body, having the same poor habits that are keeping you stuck, it's time to change that starting today. So you can go ahead and DM me Mass on Instagram if you specifically want one-on-one coaching. This is for serious individuals who are skinny and ready to change their lives and need that extra push. So reach out to my Instagram if you like, but start taking action and start working towards becoming the best version of yourself today. So hope that helped you. Peace.